In today's video, I tried making my home look more expensive without spending any money. This is what I learned, plus we're gonna talk about things I feel like no one ever talks about. So let's just hop right into this. All right, stick with me here because this first one is the first lesson that I learned that has changed everything for me in my home. The way that I made my home look expensive is I picked one area and made it perfect. And what I mean by perfect is perfect for you, perfect for me, meaning maybe it's your sink area, maybe it's an entryway table, maybe it's even just something as simple as your nightstand. If you can always make that space look perfect, you're going to feel so much more expensive, luxury. You're just going to have that nice feeling where you're like, wow, that looks so good. Now, I took mine a little bit above just a little area, and what I focused on this past year was making my living room perfect. And let me explain to you why and just kind of the concept behind this whole thought process. So for me, when you walk in the front door, the living room is the first area that your eye goes to. I have this grand chandelier, I have these big windows, and then this is where I sit and I watch TV. Now, I have a luxury that some people don't. It's not a luxury, I earned this. I'm now empty nesters and our kids have moved out. And so we only have them when they come over and visit. So it is a little easier to keep a whole living room area perfect compared to, just a small area. So do keep that in mind for your own home, whether you have kids in your house. But here's the idea. If I have this one perfect area to where I'm not having to constantly pick it up and that type of thing, and it always looks good, when you get those surprise guests and they come over, you feel okay because you're like, I have an area we can go to that looks fantastic, makes my home look super great, and it also just gives me almost like a sense of peace. So I do spend my evenings, like I said, in here watching TV, and it's really nice to look around and everything is just always in its place, which is key to making your things look expensive, is just everything has a place. It just looks well thought out, well put together. We all know that luxury isn't just the way things look, it's also the way they feel. And we are going to talk more about that in a moment. So if there's anything you take away from this first one, is that remember, your whole home does not have to be perfect. Come on, we live here. Your eye is gonna remember the best spot. It's not even gonna think about the whole house. It's going to remember the best spot. And that is gonna make you feel so good. Can anybody see this cute dog back here? Look at that cute little ween. Last week I put out a video where Evie had the terrible accident and had the dog attack and everything. And I do want everyone to know who follows along and watches that. She is feeling better. She is not 100%, but she is getting there. So she's been making strides and starting to feel better and playing and finally getting her to eat. And so thank you so much for all your love and prayers. It's been so nice. And she's just everything, and she's doing so much better. So thank you. Up next, I want you to add one real thing. I would rather you add one real thing instead of 10 fake, meaning real plants, real fruit, some branches, anything that can bring that natural element into your home. We all know can make it look so much more expensive. I just have some pretty little Granny Smith apples here that I'm going to place in a bowl. And this can just look so elevated, make your space look nice and expensive. And you have to admit, real looks so much better than fake. I'm not saying you can't have fake greenery. I have fake greenery all over the place. But if you can incorporate some real into it, I think it really just takes it to the next level. Right. Just wanted to give you this little tip. Just a little something that's inexpensive that you already probably have anyway. I don't want you to spend any money. I have these apples for a certain recipe I'll be using. But look how pretty they're going to be sitting on my counter. And this is a perfect example of faux next to real and how the real makes it look so much better. Don't forget to do me the big favor and hit the thumbs up button for this video. Helps me out and I thank you so much. Oh, you know what's luxurious? This mattress that we're laying on, that is the epitome of luxury. Evie agrees. Thank you, Healing Sleep, for sponsoring today's video and giving me the most amazing night's sleeps ever. One of the things about buying a Helix mattress is the ease and convenience. It comes rolled up right to your door. So you may be thinking, how do you know if you're even going to love it? First of all, I'm going to let you know right now, you're going to love it. But they make it super awesome because you go online and you do a quiz and they'll ask you questions about, different ways that like you and your partner, if you have one, how you sleep. And they'll match you with a mattress that will be awesome for you guys. For us, it was the Helix Sunset Luxe. Now, one thing we did do is we did upgrade and do the Glaciotex cooling cover because that just helps keep me cool and dry all night. But here's the part that takes the worry and the guessing out of it. You have 120 night sleep trial. They want you to love your mattress. Did you know that Helix is the most awarded mattress brand? USA Today just awarded it the most trusted mattress brand for 2026. I think that's saying a lot. Like many of you, I used to have a mattress. It would dip way down. The springs were all worn out. It was terrible. I would wake up, I would be so sore, so achy. I am so thankful now for my Helix mattress. I wake up, I feel well rested, refreshed. I get the best night's sleep. I am so excited. Helix just came out with the Comfort Adjust cooling pillow. Mine's on the way. I cannot wait. I love a good pillow, but I love one especially that I get to customize to me because think about it. One size pillow does not fit all. Some of us are side sleepers. Some of us are back sleepers or tummy sleepers. And the way the amount of like cushion and everything that's in your pillow needs to be adjusted in order to have the, correct alignment for your spine. You're able to adjust it perfectly for you. I will report back next month because I am so excited to see how it is. I have a pretty great idea. It's going to be awesome. Guys, Evie's having an amazing day sleep right now. She's literally snoring. If you want to be like Evie, you need to take advantage of their big spring sale, 20% off site-wide. I'll leave a link down in the description box, or you can head over to helixsleep.com/charmingabode to take advantage. This spring savings event is the perfect time for you to finally wake up feeling rested and refreshed. And thank you again, Helix, for sponsoring today's video. This next one made a huge difference when it came to making my home look more expensive. I removed one cheap looking habit. Now keep in mind, cheap does not always mean price. Sometimes cheap can be visual. There's some things that just look a little cheesy. So here's the thing, and I'll explain to you what I did, but let me give you this little tip. Making your home look more expensive isn't always about adding things. It can be about taking away things, and that's what made my home look more expensive on what I did here in my kitchen. So this is my hutch. My cheap looking habit was that I constantly piled my mail up here, and it made it just look visually cluttered. Visual clutter is the first thing in your home that's going to make it not look the best. That's the thing that if you just take that visual clutter away can really elevate the look of your home. So for me personally, breaking that cheap looking habit of constantly setting a bunch of things here, mail, anything, it was the drop zone. But now I have a place for everything, and so now I can just have my hutch just look like a pretty hutch and just put things on it that are so cute. So maybe you have the habit like me, and maybe you have packages sitting around. Maybe you have visual cords everywhere. That is one of the things I went around in my home and changed, was like hiding my cords, and it made things look so much better. I just love how nowadays there's just so many things to help us make our home look more luxurious without spending tons of money. And then one of the things that you might be doing that you might not realize is having too many small things sitting around. A lot of times that goes back to that visual clutter, and takeaway can make it look even better if you space things out, give places for eyes to go instead of just feeling so overwhelmed. It really will make your home look more expensive. My next no-spend way to make my home look more expensive was I lowered all my artwork. I can probably guarantee you somewhere in your home your artwork is too high. Let me give you a little example. So this is here in my dining room. As you can see, this is the midpoint of this picture. Look where my eye is. I am right here with it. It fills in this space nicely. It just looks so much better being lower because then it doesn't look like it's floating in the room, which can kind of give you this that cheesy non-designer look. The lower your artwork, honestly, the better it's going to look. That's a little design trick for you. All the ones that I have lowered, I have been so pleased with, and I'm like, yes, this looks a million times better. So I know that's just a cheesy little trick, but give it a try and I bet you'll really enjoy it in your home. I feel like I'm like, peekaboo. The things I do to entertain myself over here filming. Okay. This is such an awkward angle to film in this bathroom. And then it's like if I turn on the overhead light in this bathroom, it's got this terrible yellow glow to it. So I'm just like, okay, well, I'll just film in here in the dark with the light shining in. But the next one, oh man, I got the giggles. Okay, so the next one to make your home feel more expensive is to upgrade what you feel. This is kind of what we were talking about earlier. Luxury and things being expensive isn't all about like what things look like or what they cost. Sometimes it's about what they feel. This is probably gonna shock some of you because I don't think you guys know that I'm actually like this. But in here in this bathroom, I redid this bathroom in 2018. Obviously, it is 2026, so what is that, 8 years ago? I finally just bought some new hand towels for in here, and I bought a new rug for the floor that's cushy and soft. And it's just like, why have I not been doing this? So this wasn't going to be a part of this video because we're supposed to be doing this without spending money, but I did this not even with the intention of this video. So I wanted to share it because sometimes you just have to upgrade what things feel like. Think about it. Think about things that you touch every day. Hand towels, dish towels, throw blankets, things like that. The better quality those are, the more expensive and luxurious they're going to feel. It doesn't mean they have to be expensive, but if you're like me and you haven't upgraded something in 8 years, maybe you need to think about it. Like I recently, I put it in a video. I want to say it was back around Black Friday, so maybe last November. I finally bought Jason and I new towels and got rid of all the ones. We're getting ready to celebrate our 35th wedding anniversary. Like, hello, we can get some new towels. I seriously still had towels from our wedding. So little things like this can just make all the difference in the world. This next one has taken me a while to achieve, but it has made such a difference here in my home, and I think it'll make a big difference for you. I have limited myself to 3 colors maximum in a room. That cohesiveness just really it's so calm and soothing, takes away the chaos. I'm not saying you have to have muted beige colors. I'm just saying no more than 3 colors in a room. So maybe you like bright and fun. Like my daughter recently is doing a really fun bathroom where she's doing like a really pretty, like almost like bright orange with a blue. But you know what? We don't need like 750 different million colors in there because then that would be chaotic. Even just having bright colors or muted colors and keeping it to a color palette is very upscale looking, whether your style is to be more vibrant or to be more neutral. One of the things I did in my home that I really enjoyed is when I was making over my basement, I have a whole video on that. It was a bright yellow. It did not go with the rest of my home. And so I went and I painted that room the same color as the rest of the rooms in my house. So now when I go from my main level down to my basement, it still feels upscale and nice, feels cohesive, feels like it goes with the rest of my home. Actually, let me give you a better tip. This is a good tip. Go over to my website, charmingabode.com, or I'll leave it down in the description box. It's a link where you can get it's free. It's just totally free. It's for you guys. I did it for something just nice for you guys. When you sign up for the newsletter, you get a free 50-page guide on how to decorate a room from start to finish. And it goes through everything. It's a really cool workbook. And I hope you enjoy it. So go check that out whenever you're ready to think about like redoing a space, because I really wanted to help you. Sometime I'd like to make a video going through that book and kind of work through that workbook with you guys. Let me know if you've looked at it, what you think of it. What are your thoughts? I think it's a really handy tool. I think it goes seriously in depth. Might be too in depth for some people, might not be. So go check it out. Let me know what you think. You know what? While I'm standing here in this dining room, this just made me think of it. This right here. Let's talk about this candle. This is actually moving into the next one, and that is having your home have a cohesive smell. Now, I know I'm like cohesive and calm and all these same words, but they really does make a difference. So this is my challenge for myself. And I'll explain what I mean by that. Think about luxury hotels and that type place. They all have a distinct scent. But a lot of times when you come to my house, there's too many scents. I have a wall plug-in. I got a candle lit. There might be a different candle in a different room. I need to pull it together and make my home have one scent. That will be super pleasing to the eye, not the eye, I just feel like if you have too many scents, that's not going to smell luxurious. That's going to smell chaotic. And like we've talked about in this video, getting rid of the chaos makes things look more expensive. So why not? We've done touch. We've done sight. What about smell? I think we need to get our homes in a consistent smell, and I think it'll be a lot better. So I haven't accomplished that for this video yet. I know I haven't. Half the time my house smells like Fabuloso. The cleaning product. Oh my goodness. So there's that there. That's my new consistent scent. Oh my goodness. So that's the one I'm going to work on, and I think it'd be a great one for you to work on also. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. We will see you guys again next week. Bye-bye.